Yeah, man, I say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all our brothers them out there. I teach his truth in our sincerity and in our honesty. We are basically James Jamaica. You see it, I'm out here. You see one more night, I'm basically a video. You see me? And what will basically take place. You see me? We're so-called white man, the bank need to prepare. You see me? Basically accomplish. You see that they come in here. You see me? In Jamaica and across the world. You see, because we are moving over to a digital society. You see me, and these are prepared right now. You see me, basically make that transition. You see, worldwide. You see me, even I'm out here in Jamaica, while me try to tell people don't understand. You see me, I know, but the so-called white man, the bank leader basically a plan for the right now. You see, so the scripture said, when they shall think of peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon them, because people are not in the world, they don't understand the depth of what the so-called white man are basically a plan for you. You see me? I want goal, I want end goal. You see me? Because them feel so somehow the society will continue the same way. You see me? Every day, they do what they feel like though. You see me? And you just continue this way. The so-called white man have an agenda. They must push speedily. You see me? To accomplish right now. You see it? We shall the new world order. You see it? And a part of the new world order goal is to get rid of us all together. You see it? The Israelite. You see, because for as long as we live on the earth, you see me, the promise still stands for us. So if they get rid of us, you see me, them can continue to basically live or reign forever, rule forever. And basically in the power. Because they already rich up, they have everything already. You see me? So they can continue to live that way. You see it? So I don't know, I better get into the article and afterward we get into some scriptures. Right?
This is from the Jamaica Observer, dated Sunday, December 30th, 2018. The title of the article, 2019 and Beyond, What to Expect from Artificial Intelligence, by Charlene Hendricks. So we start off with a quote. We start off with a quote from Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman of World Economic Forum. Quote, "We stand on the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we live, work and relate to one another in its scale, scope and complexity. The transformation will be unlike anything humankind has experienced before."
And that is a very profound statement. A statement very profound, because anybody living now or we go through history know of the amount of changes that took place even now and before. You know what I mean? Very fundamental changes. So think about everything that happened before and think about what a statement said. So look, never before you're not going to see such major change. You know what I mean? So just imagine that change that is planned for this society. You're not going to be anything normal. It's going to be one total 180 from the way of life of people know now. You know what I mean? Total change.
Can. You know what I mean? Alright, as the world embarks on 2019, studies published this year by the World Economic Forum and the Inter-American Development Bank predict that global adaptation of advanced technology will create major shifts in the labor market as soon as 2022. In fact, this year IDB issued a news release pointing to a 2018 study on artificial intelligence, urging Latin American and Caribbean governments to anticipate the consequences of AI on the job market. As it turns out, the newest turn in human evolution has birthed a collective function of humans and machines operating in the physical and virtual world, and with it a host of concerns for humans who will have to compete with smart technology.
Gone, because we in a time now, as we said earlier on, you see me when I'm the elites, you see me, I basically move out to a digital society. You see me? And in order for you hook up to that digital society, you see what the so-called white man basically bring in, you see, because part of the UN goal, you see me, goal 16, you see, part of the goal 16 is basically we're supposed to basically push a national ID worldwide. I will start to take place. Right. You see, we have certain countries, you know, what basically move out to a basically a digital society, or a cashless society. You see, because the end goal of the elite is basically bringing you see me, a cashless society or a digital society. Okay. You see me, where basically hook up with a RFID microchip, because it can move from basically your phone, you see me, and a new ID or a smart card, you see me, to a RFID microchip. You see, which go back to a Bible prophecy. Good. You see, because of the end goal. Give me a Revelation, brother. Revelation 13 and 16. See?
Revelation 13 verse 16.
What?
And he caused it all, both small and great.
So this is what the scripture says. And he caused it all. You see me? Who caused it all? The banking elite. You see me? The wicked ruler of the society. You see it? Gone. Because they are the one in control of this earth right now. Because people say what? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So this is what the scripture says. He caused it all. Every single body. You see me? Go on.
Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
To receive a mark in their right hand. You see, because when John get the vision, you see me, of this prophecy, you see me, majority of the people I take a chip in their right hand. You see it? But you know what, if you take in your right hand or your left hand, because in a Revelation 20 and 4 it said hands. You see me? If you even take it in your right foot or your left foot, you see me, before you take this chip, you see me, the judgment written in a Revelation 14 and 9. You see me, what the Father going to do to you if you take the chip. You see me, this so-called white man chip, yo. You see me, that way basically push towards. You see me, you can move it from basically phone and a card onto a RFID microchip, because you want to chip everybody. You see me, if you show ownership, because that feels the modern day brand. You see it? See what I said, brother?
Because as the brother said earlier, the framework where everything I got cashless or digital, yo. And I mean, and the ID, the NIDS, which, national identification system that them coming up with here is just an integral part of that, because having the ID, the digital ID, very, 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 very important, yo. Because it's gonna be what, one ID. So any government agencies or private sector business you go to, the information consolidated. You know what I mean? So as the brother talk about the chip, RFID chip, which is the end goal. You know what I mean? Because at the end of this, that is our main plan for chip everybody out. But the ID just creating the framework to put consolidate the information, and then them can move from this step onto the chip. Right. You know what I mean? And it's all about a means of control, because a lot of person here out in Jamaica see this as progress, as moving forward, you know. You use one because this is how them sell it to the Jamaican people. You know what I mean? Convenient, as what the brother say. One ID, you know, you're going to collect money, or you're going to the bank, or any place you're going, they just need one ID.
One ID, man.
They push it to you as something productive or something convenient. You know what I mean? But as the men of the Lord, we know we're supposed to look far ahead and see the end goal, not just looking our 2 point here.
We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man.
So we know the end goal of the white man and when plan for, especially Jake here. So, yeah, man.
And in basically, so what about the whole thing with the NIDS thing on TVJ, because 2017, you have a lot of people basically that rebel against the whole NIDS thing. So now they basically sensitize the people. But they become commercial, you see me, I tell them, say, you don't need a bank information, or we don't need a DNA. So they get people now, you see me, the frame of mind of to take the NIDS, which they shouldn't have to take anyway. You see me? Because, you know, that's so so-called white man basically use our leaders out here, you see me, basically program the people. That's the reason we have a television program. So a program the people, basically take on the NIDS. You see, we shouldn't have to take it still, because basically that will basically become monetary. You see it? So, you can go back to the scripture, brother, come and finish it.
Yes,
Revelation.
And he calls it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand
What?
or in their forehead.
To the RFID chip. You see me, and the Greek word for mark this up, you see it's charagma, which basically means an imprinted mark.
Right.
You see, and the root, and the root word basically charagma is charax, which basically go back to a pale or a stake.
Sharp instrument.
Sharp instrument. You see, and the apostle going on the stake. You see, basically the people use stake basically mark certain part of them land, territory. You see me? Even out here in Jamaica we do that. You see me? So when the so-called white man push you do, basically if you mark you, so you have fee own. You see me? You have fee property, which he already own us through our birth paper. You see me? And certain other contracts already, but Skipper said they cannot be satisfied in a back 2 and 5. You see me? They cannot be satisfied. So now they want to put a chip in everybody. You see, that's the reason why I have Aaron Nick Rockefeller tell Aaron Russo say they want everybody chip, that at the end goal of the elite. You see me? Total control. Because they want to control everybody. The scripture said they want to be like the Most High. You see me? And the root word for charax is grapho, which basically means written information. So all the information you see me about you, every single thing about you, you see me? I go basically on a chip. You see it?
Can I have a small input? In the word charagma, right? You say stamp as a badge of servitude, right? So yeah, that's a stamp of servitude, because as you take that stamp, you're now officially a slave to Esau. Right. Continue, sir.
Yeah, continue.
Say, and that no man might buy or sell.
People said no man not go buy or sell. This is what the so-called white man push towards. You see me, not go able to buy or sell. You see me, not go able to eat no food. You see me, if it basically not become a part-time system. You see me? Because as I said earlier on, the end goal is to get everybody chip. You see me, so in order for you basically can survive in a system, this new system and this new way of life, where so-called white man push speedily to basically accomplish, you have to take a RFID chip. That's the reason why the scripture said no man are going to be able to buy or sell. See it? Go on? Without you have that chip. You see me? Which is the mark of the beast. The scripture speaks about. Go on?
Save he that at the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Go on.
Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 306.
Go back to Kaisai stigma.
666.
You see me? 666. That's the mark, that's the number of the so-called white man. You see it?
Alright.
So going back into the article. Yeah. As it turns out, the newest turn in human evolution has birthed a collective function of humans and machines operating in the physical and virtual world, and with it, a host of concerns for humans who will have to compete with smart technology. So, yeah, going back to the whole automation thing, right? Where at first it was, as they must say, human and machine, right? You have certain people who operate certain machinery, you know, where develop certain programming for run certain digital infrastructure or whatever, right? But now it's a competition between man and machine, right? Because of the whole automation, right?
Which is better to do the job.
AI, artificial intelligence, right? So that's why the article I go down and tell us, yo, that's why the article mentioned the job market before.
Because if you can say this too, you see me, human can't compete with basically a machine.
Right.
You see, because we basically have to basically work and we have to basically rest at certain
right.
Because we're in a flesh. You see me, we have to get lunchtime on the job. You see me, and by certain hours We have to go home, go sleep so we can come back and jam. They got tired. But when they come with the machine now, when they come with the basically artificial intelligence system, you see me, a machine can work 24 hours. You see me, so we can't, so more, as the brother said, more productivity. You see me, so we can't compete with the machine.
Right.
You see me? Right?
And back then, people you have a lot of person have the idea. You say, alright then, man will always adapt and find new ways, because back then, in 100 years ago, they would tell us, alright, look, you never have TV, you never have certain things are prevalent now, certain technological advances where I don't know, and they must say, look, the society still has survived, You know what I mean? But where the money are planned for coming with, trust me, as what the article state, is something totally different from where used to happen back then and from where happen now.
Hey,
complete slavery,
God.
You think say hardcore slavery did evil back then are wicked. This even more evil than what it used to go on back then, Total control.
If I can say this act as a state, it says at the end of the article it says this is something like a man when human never experienced before, man. Zin? As the ending of the article said that, Zin? So guess what? That means that something dangerous are coming.
And as the article point out, something it will affect Caribbeans and about things say, look, this is the first world country, Caribbean and Latin America. It will affect us severely. You know what I mean? People don't understand the magnitude of this in the act. People don't understand what really have come to the society here.
And them place the Jake do the most, man.
Right.
Zin?
Without, and it's how long we have prophesied, we have prophesied for 8 years now. 8 years now without here, week in, week out, you know what I mean? Week in, week out, being ridiculed by these people, you know what I mean? Ridiculed by our family, ridiculed by co-workers, ridiculed by friends, you know what I mean? But them people are really not understand what come to the society here. You know when them are going to understand? When it's too late, them are going to understand what is bring the slavery or come to the world here, You know what I mean? When it come in full force, at them time them are going to understand when it's too late.
Them time them want to seek basically get information about the whole system when it's going to be too late.
Right.
You see, because they never care in the world.
They never care, Everything's okay now.
Because I said that catch them sudden because they're in business,
Right.
You see, they don't want to know them basically, they might live them life. Right. You see, man, them go home and them sleep and them comfort, then they comfort, then they comfortable basically on bed. Right. You see me, and them big thick blanket. And everything good for them.
Right.
You see, but this system will come in, you see me, I can basically bring a hardcore slavery back again on our people.
Right.
You see?
In a worse way.
In a worse way.
Yeah,
as you say.
Show you retarded them people is, So, because all of the information they out, everything they out. You know what I mean? But you see, until it physically start affect them, them not care, So no matter how you read about it, how they watch it, how we talk about it, they don't care. So until it physically, you know what I mean? Them wake up one morning and them out a job, them not really care. You know what I mean?
And starting Tuesday, they must basically start to cut out plastic arm out in Jamaica.
Right.
You see me, a lot of people basically don't know about it and they don't care. Right. You know when people go start to care about the whole plastic thing, when they start to see people get punished for it. You see me, I don't tell them how to take into consideration because how people stay.
Right.
You see me, they don't care about things until it start to affect them.
Can.
You see it?
2 precept. This is 2 Ezra 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the eyes will begin to visit the world.
I will see all the signs then. You see, we see all the so-called white man, you see me a push to make the RFID Egypt, which is the mark of the beast, because this is our major prophecy to basically come to pass worldwide. You see me? Major prophecy, Revelation 13 and 16. It's what people about the mark of the beast. You see me, we see a lot of earthquakes. You see me happen. You see me straight through the years continually. You see me, we see uproar. You see me take place right now in Europe. You see? So we see all the signs them when the Lord tell the disciples 2,000 odd years ago, basically if you look for, we live in at the time when all these things that take place. So this is what the scripture says we're supposed to measure the time diligently in itself. One?
Then shall thou, may I start from diligently itself. And when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the eyes will begin to visit the world which he made.
Man, because when I time when the Lord Yahushua, you see me are both making his second return. You see me, when you see all them things, we know so we in the time. You see me supposed to look for the Lord Yahushua. You see me, any day now. You see, because we see the signs them. When tell them disciple 2,000 years ago basically look for, we're living in that time with all the signs them. So we're supposed to look for the Yahushua. You see me?
Ezekiel 33 verse 33.
No, finish that, brother.
Continue more?
Continue more than that.
Okay. Verse 3 in a second Ezra say, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproar of the people in the world, then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee.
Because everything was predestined. You see me, telling Isaiah 46. You see me, and 8 and down, I believe. You see me? Say, so Lord say, it declare what? The end from the beginning. And you see me, and the things are basically all, when they basically come to pass, it was for in scripture. Say, Lord, declare the end from the beginning, yo. You see it?
Because the prophets back then didn't know this, yo. You know what I mean? That's why we can say, yo, predestined. That's why we can prophesy, yo. Because the word prophesy basically what?
Say before,
you know what I mean? Because this was written before, and not just today. We know this said this is going to happen, yo. All of this in the scriptures and the elders them did a prophesy of this before. You know what I mean? From hundreds of years ago. The elders them know prophesy from back in the 60s, them talk about this, yo, and pass it down, and we basically take up the baton and I try prolong the thing, yo.
Hey.
You know what I mean? So and all of this was way before. You know what I mean? We're just saying now, and the prophecies unfolding. We see it right now before our eyes are You know what I mean? And even a straight no faith.
Hey, and if we can say this as the article say, you see earthquake and uproar of the people, man.
Right.
Hey, we can see where a lot of countries been affected by earthquake since 2018, man. Hey, 2018 is one of the year one of the most active year with earthquake, man. For the past couple of years, man. 2018, man. A lot of earthquake shaking at 2018. Cause right now, even down there in Indonesia and Philippines, you have earthquake, like 3 to 4 earthquake in the space of about 2 days. Zine. Plus them have tropical storm on them again in the midst of earthquake and them things. So all kind of different signs are shown, man. So yeah, we're near the end. Guys, and it's the uproars of the people, because we can see where the yellow vest movement in Europe, in France and all them places, man. Zine. I come up against the government. Zine. I come up against the French government and all them things, man. So we can see boy, the signs them they here, man.
Can I point to what the asked a while ago, pertaining to the prophets them of God. Saying you have a scripture in Matthew, I believe, when the disciple came to Yahushua and asked him when I will be
Matthew 24, man.
Yeah. And basically this ask Matthew asks. See, basically what they ask is when I go be the sign, when are the signs at the times and the end of this age. See? And basically the prophets them they desire to see the days where we are witness right now. Because the times that we're in here, all of the prophets them were passed, I mean them back here to the regenerations. Right? But that was what basically upon the minds of the prophets back then.
Yeah, the apostles them, man. Yeah, because them in years if you come out of this the system, man, the shit sim.
Verse 5 it says, for like as all that is made in the world at a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right now, the end is manifest right now. You see me? Obvious that right now we're at the end of the so-called white man kingdom, so-called white man rulership. You see, we should last lap of the so-called white man rulership right now. You see me? You obvious right now. That's the reason why I say all them things take place. You see me? Because we then end, and it's an end time prophecy. You see me?
Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Ezekiel 33 verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
It will come because it was predestined. You see me? Everything was predestined. So it will come. I will see it take place right now before our eyes. You see me? So we know say they are ready. You see me? But what basically will come, one?
Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
So this is what happened to a lot of people. You see, when everything was basically been speaking about throughout the years, you see me, they pass and they listen, they make up them face, they do all different type of things. You see me, and scoff at us. People say, then shall they know. Right. So when everything come to pass, when all hell break loose, you see me, and they start to basically feel the afflictions, right, when so-called white men bring upon them, then time them are going to know, say, we are the true prophet, because we have speak all them things for years. Years, span up of years, been speaking about these things. You see me? So this is how the scripture said, then shall they know. So they're not going to know now. Majority of people, they're not going to know. So we are saying right now what the truth until it happened to them. Right. You see, because it's a prophecy. This is also a prophecy. You see, read the part again, brother.
And then get blinded, man.
Read again, brother.
You say, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them.
Gone.
And they know in them spirit, they know that we are the prophet. Right. Because every time something happening in our world, some form of event, the first people them look for, the first people them try out something about whatever event are we.
Gone.
Right? You see me? But as we always say, the reason they don't really hate it because are we. Yeah. You see me? Because we by ourselves them would have loved it. We just hate it because of we are show up. Because we just show them up.
Gone.
And demon upon them, the evil spirit upon them, yo. Is it?
It emerged that between 10 and 65% of the region's workforce was predicted to be at risk of losing their jobs. In Latin America, it was estimated that between 36 and 43% of jobs could be lost due to artificial intelligence, while countries like Jamaica with lower gross domestic product GDP per capita and greater inequality were shown to be at a greater risk of suffering job losses.
And what the figure where them quote is at
36 in Latin America, 36% between 36 and 46% of jobs.
Yeah, between so base almost 50%, yo. You know what I mean? And them say Jamaica is at risk of greater.
So Jamaica got more.
And if the government come out and tell the people, say, look, almost half of the jobs are gonna get lost, or if this can be published in an article, which now gonna post anything extreme, if them tell us a 50% act, you know say about 90.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If the government come out and tell the people, you know say the government lies you, the government lie you, them now gonna come out and tell people to panic yo. You know what I mean? So when them come out and give you a figure, you know say it's way worse.
It is justice 12.
So look here, man. This thing done, yo. This thing done, and this we don't have no other hope. We don't have no other hope, but Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, yo. This thing done. So all the people them where you know, you have them whole foundation and them whole life set up in this system. Would that be your job, yo? You know what I mean? And hold fast to the society and I look forward to see 2050 and you know 100 more years in a peace and in a rest and prosperity. Yo, no, it not gonna happen, yo. Too bad. It's too bad. It's not gonna happen, yo.
Yeah,
Get real.
And the reason why it's worse in Jamaica, seen as a factory with gross domestic production, Jamaica don't really produce nothing.
Exactly.
Seen, you have other countries where may have oil or whatever them produce. Seen to take themselves out or whatever they. In Jamaica they have nothing to produce.
Zine, what the government do for get money and tax the people and they use the same money in a circulation. So Jamaica really have nothing. The gross domestic production in Jamaica, I think about 149% the last time I checked. And that's about 5 years ago.
Debt to GDP.
Debt to GDP ratio.
Yeah. And as I said, one of the major sources of revenue our tax, yo. And when people now have a job, yo, when people now earn, the less person you have working, yo, or the less income you have. So how people are going to pay them tax here.
You know, the source they want so far human resource.
Right.
That is the slaves them, you know. So,
Right. Can continue article.
Bring up the
The article say,
Bring up a piece of
so, one point,
Alright.
It is between 36 and 43% of jobs could be lost. That are in Latin America, but it say Jamaica we have a lower GDP at a greater risk, but then them don't state one figure.
God, greater risk.
Isn't it?
It's a way more.
Exactly. So
Yes,
it
me.
can be even 100%.
Gun.
Can.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the point them they don't bring out.
Right. If we having it so hard out here in Jamaica already, with the level of unemployment we have, you can imagine when that skyrocket. You know what I mean? Think about all of the people who are going out here, yo.
And
It's gonna be nice, yo.
them start by 2022 that, man.
Alright.
With the article, since you read the
Yeah,
article,
the job has started
you
now,
know,
yes.
by 2019, 20% job are taken away by automation in Jamaica. You see me? 2019, I said article before, Sinceria. Earlier, I think we do a video on it too.
Right.
You see it?
Right. And people still, you know, so them people are still, them can't really vision it. You know what I mean? Because this I talk about it, you know, but them can't really
See it.
meds it. Oh, this are happen. Because to them, Jamaica so dependent on, you know, human resources, yo. You know what I mean? Old technology, them can't really see it, but them don't really realize that, look, all of the framework, every single thing, all the programs them they get developed already, yo. You know what I mean? NCB and them. What them have? Swift? Swift. What
No,
Swift system?
Quiz.
NCB, Sagicor Swipe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of the technology is there already, yo. The only thing this are wait for the new ID. You know what I mean? The University of the West Indies going cashless, or have gone cashless. You know what I mean? JUTC, all of the other agencies them have cashless. Basically them have the little card where you can swipe. So even persons where sell vending on the streets in the market, basically just swipe a card, and all of them here available already. So it's something where them have to go source. Everything is here.
And we can add to it, I say, even the commercial with Sagicor.
Yeah.
You see me, you have a jerk man. You see with the commercial, we basically a swipe too.
Right.
A swipe basically selling jerk chicken.
Exactly.
You see me, so that basically put out there. So let's say that go.
you can add this talk. I watch an interview on a local TV station. A program come on in the morning, a lot of information come out. You have this one bridge where them in an interview, and they might make it efficient, they might make it easy the Jamaican to get a prepaid, postpaid MasterCard. So they might make it accessible. Because basically they might try to cut out the whole cash, you know, the whole cash, because you can't track money, paper currency, you know. And as they have themselves before, it's all about a total control. So instead they want to make it pay even the man when I work, them say you don't have to be employed. Just come and sign up and you get your postpaid MasterCard. So this is Ecclesiastes 12 verse 3. So in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble and
Who are the keepers of the house? You see me? The leaders them. You see me across the world, especially the leaders them amongst our people, because you see me where we need our people. You see me? So this is what the scripture said. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and we're approaching that day right now speedily. You see me? That's the reason why I see all them things take place. You see me? You have Jamaica speak over e-governance. You see it?
Some of them not even know, they not even understand that, yo.
Can.
But back to the scripture, when if you go at any, or you see any political rallies on TV, yo, you hear them big promises made by these political leaders, yo. all of them are promised jobs and prosperity and, you know, a lot of development, yo. So all of them promise here what they make to the people, when the people must see the contrary. This is what the scripture I will tell you what happen, yo.
Alright, so it's in the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few.
Grinders are seized. Why grinders? It's the works, the jobs them are seized. You see me, and this will basically the system we are coming now. You see, we are going to seize all the jobs them. You see it? All the works them are basically get taken away. I have a lot of people now. You see me across the road, especially I'm out here in Jamaica. You see it, they're going to schools, going to evening class, so they can get some subjects, so they can get certain job. This is what happens. This is what the so-called white man are pushed towards. You see me? They take away all the jobs them by automation, robots. You see me? This is how we are moved towards. You see me? So why you have basically a vain hope, and the word vain basically mean unprofitable, useless. You see me? This is what the so-called white man are basically bring. You see me? While they're sleeping. You see, because we try to tell people look here what basically take place. You see me, until it start affect them as me I say. You see it? Go on, brother.
So the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened.
And those that look out the windows be darkened. People are going to say the future and there. When this thing start to get fully implemented, you see me, jobs start to get taken away, people are going to say don't work the left. You see me? So what do you think they're going to do? You see me, they're going to basically riot, because they're going to lose it, because you take away their hope. Because the job is there for them, what am I going to do? You have pushed people on the job already.
Sedition among men, man.
Listen, in Greece, this scripture fulfill perfectly a Greece, yo. You know what I mean? You have persons that used to be doctors, lawyers, big position of Greece. You know what I mean? Come right down to low up on the street and have to start rioting. And a lot of persons out here, police are going to even shoot them, yo. You know what I mean? You have a lot of persons here out here know where comfortable where in a so-called a good occupation. When this thing come down, enough of them will get shoot by the police, yo. Enough of them will get beat, locked up by the police, because them now can take moving from a certain level, come right down, yo. Them now can take that. It's similar to when you have some deportee who used to live overseas, we call them deportee, and come down, you know what I mean, and can't take the pressure there, and some of them even go crazy. You know what I mean? Exactly, yo. As the people used to, you know, even though we in a slavery, you know, but they make themselves in a little comfort zone, you know what I mean, and based upon them pride, they're well puffed up, yo. So imagine some of them proud women here coming right down, yo. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell, yo. Literally hell out here.
Alright, continuing verse 4 says, and the doors shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Gone. You see, all the daughters of music are brought low. You see, because all them entertainers, you see me, and all them celebrities are brought low when the system basically get fully implemented. You see, because we in a time now when the so-called white man, the banking elite, you see me, have moved over to a digital society. You see me, so in order to basically keep them wealth, you see me, they have to take a RFID chip. You see, and you know, start with them first, because you know the elite already control for them artists here. You see me, all the celebrities here. So they might first have to take a chip too. You see me, we can't live them life. You see, we shouldn't go kiss hell because they're going to reach to a point. You see, when a case are going to take place worldwide. You see me, because we approaching the time over the Third World War. You see me, you got a case that take place. You got people a riot. You see me, a burn place, looting. You see me, you have a lot of lootings. You see me, so if you make the sense to take the chip, yo, and if you take the chip, you see me, the judgment written. What's going to happen to you, whatever before I go to do to you, with the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. You see it? Finish?
We have 2 more points and more and bring out in the article. Alright, so this part says, in a recent article published in this newspaper, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bruce Golding, hinted at the soon coming shifts that are expected to pose several challenges for countries like Jamaica. In his address to graduating students from Arden High School, Golding spoke about the need for more funding in science and technology fields, quote, as the world moves toward the fourth industrial revolution, defined by the World Economic Forum as a fusion of technologies that are blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres, are a collective of cyber-physical systems. Right.
Remember, you go to the village and time when you talk to the dead man, a Port Antonio, when they must say, the youth them go to school, go learn teaching and them something there, another career choice. Him say that don't make no sense. That's a foolishness. Doesn't make cause no jobs. Now they then say, well, where them go to college for, don't make no sense. And that in them time they me and say that.
Can.
See, now we have him on record, I say.
Right. We read an article recently as well with the education minister, Royal Radio, in basically alluding to the fact that, listen, them universities here have to radically change the programs them what them have here, because majority of courses what them doing now not relevant. You know what I mean? Majority of things what them you know what them teaching and certain social things where them go to school go to right now not relevant, because this society we're going into, we not have the need for that, yo. But him just not come out and say it plainly. You know what I mean? Him just tell us, look, change up the thing, because government fund even some of the programs. I'm going to tell us, look, government are going to look seriously in what programs them fund, because them can't just give university funding for programs that basically not going to be relevant. You know what I mean?
Some random program.
Random, right.
Skip again, jump again. Already some jobs are predicted to become redundant, including journalism. According to the study, others include accountants.
So even the person who write the article here, yo, you know what I mean? When I write the article, they must say, journalist, you know, it's a journalist write this article. You know what I mean? So you can be looking out the windows. You might look through the windows, you know, and see it dark now. Yeah? You know what I mean? When him look out, he might pre in a film head say, look, my job soon will be relevant anymore, you know what I mean? So this thing ain't a joke, yo.
So, according to the study, others include accountants, editors, customer service reps.
Because they have a thing when you have a QuickBook, you know what I mean? Where basically you can do any accounting for any companies, yo. Because where the thing, you know, you see when the thing digital with the ID, NIS, all of them things here, because basically accountants what you need to do. I basically go through all the certain things and then do a lot of book work. You know what I mean? But when the thing that you have
only for error in them book work.
Exactly, yo. When the thing that digital, what you gonna need an accountant for? Because NIS, you gotta have the program already to calculate NIS, everything. Profit and loss, the company basically I go be that digital. Exactly, everything I got digital, yo. The government not even gonna wait for the company for basically tell them profit and loss, yo. All inventories and everything I got based on whatever registration. I don't know how the companies them are gonna be registered with the ID or how them are gonna be linked, but I know everything are gonna be digital. You know what I mean? So even the government can pull up information from a company. So it's not just individual, yo. You know what I mean? So you're not going to need an accountant to review that, and then put a stamp to say, alright, look, a company make this, a company make that, yo. The government already have that, because all of the information there. Because remember, you know, every sale where the company make are going to be digital, and it's going to be registered, yo. You know what I mean? So why you need an accountant to verify that? Exactly. Because the stock where them are going to buy, it's going to be digital as well. You know what I mean? So you have a record of that, yo. So everything is going to be accounted for. You know what I mean? And the accountant to go through and check through 1, 2, 3, check through things manually and verify things, yo.
The system where these men are put in place is nothing simple, man. It's not something where, you know, them come up with overnight. Years worth of planning.
Right.
You know what I mean? Years of research and things like that, because the AI technology, as the brother are going to earlier, the digital domain where I enter in now, and AI is basically is what going to do everything. You know what I mean? And a lot of jobs going to be lost. And them thinking about the main goal of these men is to basically trap you up, man, and give you a chip. basically, because all them things are set in place to trap you up. You know what I mean? That you can get a chip. You know what I mean? That's, you know, you can perfectly control everything on the earth, man. That's what it's all about, control. You know what I mean? Not even money, because these men have all the money there is. So it's not even wealth they want perfect control, man. You know what I mean? And to get perfect control over people, you know what I mean, you have to put in systems like them here, and then you connect people to the system via a chip. You know what I mean? As I said, years of the research. I'm gonna bring out a precept here. Just to substantiate the point. Alright, this is Psalms 64 and 5. Let's read from let's start from 5. It said, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Because these men, they're doing what they're doing right now, you know what I mean, through certain internet, certain groups on the internet that basically bring out certain information. You know, certain people will know what's going on in the background, but the Lord himself revealed them things through the scriptures, man. So these men are doing these things. You know what I mean? So these men feel like, say, yo, they might do it, you know what I mean, and nobody now know about it, and it, you know, I just catch everybody by surprise, you know what I mean? But guess what? The Lord revealed this through the Spirit, man. You know, that's to know the whole entire plan. See, so the Lord is the one basically expose these wicked devils. He said they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. See, so this is painstaking work. Everything you see basically will be manifest starting next year as the brother are going on. You know what I mean? Is basically painstaking work what these men do in order to come up with such a system, man. You know what I mean? And not something where they come up with overnight. You know what I mean? Years worth of research. It's foolproof, as well as foolproof. And guess what? To them, you know, for them side, it's perfect, man. See, it's gonna bring a perfect order, what them intend. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna store chaos on the earth, that's them can bring a perfect order. You know what I mean? And for them mind. You know what I mean? But as the scripture said, the Lord will disappoint them. It's they search out iniquities and accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them and the heart is deep. You know what I mean? So some real deep meditation them man upon, man. Hey, matter of fact, them call them neural network research right now. Them call it deep mind or deep learning. You know what I mean?
A little P-brain Jake could just can see from right as that's what things say, yo, look, the man just do things off the surface, yo.
You know
what I mean? Them just do some little simple things.
Well strategized. Can you look at what the UN doing across the nations and across the world? The programs of them sneaking to bring in certain things. You know what I mean? Psychology, in PSYOP, them have the PSYOP game lock, man.
Them man here and make all of them moves here where man them are put in place. People are doing it, you know, yo. And the elite come down and them steer it, yo.
Them have institutions where them set up,
yo.
Condition people certain way.
Exactly, yo. So
like the Tavistock Institute and all them.
Right. Yeah. People might dig them one grave, yo.
Yep.
That's how smart this man is and cunning, yo.
Right.
Man make everybody dig them one grave.
Hey, cause right now him feel like him will get this new world order because everything I run smooth right now.
Right.
Everything I run smooth right into what these men plan. You know? But anyway, continue the precept. It said, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow, and suddenly shall they be wounded. You know what I mean? So these men plan I'll get foiled, man. The Lord Yahweh me shall foil them plan. You know what I mean? Because things will get out of hand, will get out of control from them. You know what I mean? The chaos is now come back to peace. You know what I mean? They must start a chaos and now come back to peace, man. But anyway, so they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Because, hey, look, man, all of them information you say, brothers, bring it out, the articles, them and whatsoever you say take place, the information about the elite and what them doing. See, and them own people. You know what I mean? A matter of fact, them control them own YouTube and all them other media Google and all of that. Them could have just shut it down, shut down all information and ban in all information. You know what I mean? But guess what? You see me, hey, the word of a come out, man. So it's good to say, oh, them own mouth, I'll go fall upon them, man. You know what I mean? So them own, them themselves bring out them secrets, man.
Them own device.
You know what I mean?